So picture this. You've just shared this wild, sweaty, emotionally confusing, yet somehow cinematic moment with someone. You're both catching your breath, sheets tangled like a Netflix plot twist. And for a second, it feels real. Then suddenly, boom, he rolls over, staring at the ceiling like he's waiting for divine Wi Fi signals. You're lying there, heartbeat syncing with the awkward silence, thinking, did I say something weird? Was it the garlic bread? But nah, he's gone somewhere else entirely. Somewhere deep, and not in the poetic way. More like system error, emotion.xeq has stopped working. And I'll admit, I've been that guy. Full disclosure. One minute, I'm high-fiving myself mentally, thinking, bro, you crushed it. Next minute, I'm lying there thinking, wait, did I? Was that good? Should I text her later or move to another country and start over? I once convinced myself I should join a monastery after a hookup because my brain just would not shut up. Like, bro, calm down. It's not an existential crisis. It's Tuesday. But that spiral, that weird post-intimacy mental meltdown, it's not random. It's a psychological cocktail mixed with ego, vulnerability, and that tiny inner kid who still wonders if he's enough. Carl Jung, wise old Swiss dude with quotes that sound like they belong on incense packaging, once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." And man, he was onto something. Because when the lights go out and the noise dies down, all that unconscious stuff kicks the door open like, surprise, miss me? See, in that moment, most guys flip between two channels. I'm the man and, oh gosh, she saw the real me. It's like an internal ping pong match between confidence and pure panic. That macho energy, the I'm powerful, I'm desired vibe hits hard. But right underneath it, fragility, the fear of being judged, the panic that maybe you didn't measure up. It's not just about performance, it's about validation. Does she enjoy it isn't about ego, it's about worth. And women can feel this shift. One second, he's playful and charming. Next, he's distant, looking at you but not at you. It's not because he's over it, it's because something cracked open. Jung called it the collision between your persona, the version of yourself you show the world, and your shadow, the parts you hide even from yourself. For guys, that collision can hit mid-cuddle. One part of him is like, yes, I'm the confident lover. The other part whispers, you're still that awkward teen who got rejected at prom. So what happens? Some guys overcompensate. They start bragging, cracking jokes, acting like nothing happened. That's not arrogance, it's panic with a smile. Others go soft, quiet, even clingy, just wanting to feel safe in that vulnerable space. Both are just armor styles, one shiny and loud, the other emotional bubble wrap. And when that armor bumps up against a woman's presence, the reaction depends on the energy in the room. If she feels emotionally safe, he leaves in. If she feels like a threat or even just too calm, he bolts. The body says connect, but the ego says retreat. Jung would probably lean back in his chair, stroke his beard, and say, he's meeting his shadow, which is psychology speak for his heart's scared but pretending it's not. What's wild is how quickly intimacy becomes an identity test. For a lot of men, being wanted isn't just flattering, it's proof of existence. See, I'm valuable, I matter. The world knocks guys down all the time. Missed promotions, fading hairlines, silent dads, pressure to man up. So when he's with you, it's like a report card moment. Do I still have it? That's why your sighs, your laughter, even your stillness matter. He's subconsciously scanning for feedback like a student waiting for a grade. If he feels approval, he relaxes. If he senses distance, even innocent silence, his mind turns it into a horror film. She's bored, she's disappointed, I'm doomed. It's not rational, it's emotional archaeology. Every past wound, every you're not enough crawls out of the subconscious like ghosts at a sleepover. Jung will call it the shadow's rebellion. I call it the 3 a.m. what if marathon. And here's the trippy part. Biologically, intimacy floods the body with chemicals that bond. Oxytocin, dopamine, the feel-good squad. But psychologically, it triggers ancient patterns. For men especially, that moment isn't just physical, it's symbolic. It's him meeting his anima, the inner feminine side he's usually taught to suppress. Sounds woo-woo, I know, but it's why even casual hookups sometimes hit like lightning. The guy says it's just fun, but later he's haunted by flashes of her laugh, her scent, her touch. That's not obsession, it's imprinting. The unconscious saying, hey, that was more than just skin. Some dudes handle it by clinging. You're my soulmate after one night. Others bail. I'm not looking for anything serious. But both are reactions to the same internal jolt. One leans into the connection to soothe it, the other runs to avoid it. Either way, the soul's been stirred. That's Jung's territory, the unconscious trying to make him whole through connection, even when he's pretending it's no big deal. I've seen it happen to friends. One buddy swore he was immune to feelings. No attachments, man, just vibes. Then one night, boom, he's texting me the next day like, bro, I think I love her. 2 days later, panic. Wait, she's gonna leave me, right? I'm not her type. I suck. Classic shadow versus anima. Love knocks, ego hides. The internal debate between this feels right and I should ghost before she does. It's messy, but it's real. And when guys ghost, it's rarely because they didn't feel something. It's usually because they felt too much, too fast. The system overloads. Vulnerability short-circuits their emotional Wi-Fi. Ghosting is just hitting escape on the keyboard of connection. Doesn't excuse it, but it explains it. And when he gets clingy instead, same root, fear. The pull of the anima can feel like drowning for someone raised to say stoic. That sudden emotional openness freaks him out, so he tries to lock it down. More texts, more what are we questions, because it's safer to label than to feel lost. That's why post-intimacy moments matter so much. Your vibe after, warm, distant, joking, nurturing, can tilt his whole internal narrative. If you roll away, he might interpret that as rejection. If you linger, even for a few seconds, it tells his subconscious, you're safe. It's not about coddling, it's about communication that goes deeper than words. But don't get it twisted. It's not your job to fix him or manage his emotions. You're not his emotional janitor. What helps isn't reassurance, it's authenticity. Just being present, real. That's what allows both people to breathe in the space without turning it into a therapy session. He doesn't need a pep talk, he needs presence. Intimacy at its rawest strips people of the personas they walk around wearing. For a few seconds, it's not cool guy or confident woman. It's two humans, vulnerable and open. That's why it shakes people up so much. It's the closest thing we get to seeing our reflection in someone else's soul. And if you're not used to that kind of mirror, it's terrifying. So when he gets quiet after, it's not always disinterest. Sometimes it's digestion, emotional, not physical. He's processing what just happened. He may not even know it consciously. He's just lying there, staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out what part of him just woke up. The shadow, the anima, the scared little boy, all of them probably sitting in a circle having a group therapy session inside his chest. Jung believed that love and fear are just two sides of the same coin. Intimacy forces you to flip it. You can't truly feel one without facing the other. And that's what happens in those quiet, confusing post-sex moments. The body rests, but the psyche wakes up. So the next time you catch that silence, whether you're him or her, don't rush to fill it. That's the gold. That's the space where the unconscious whispers truth. Sometimes it's awkward, sometimes profound, often both, but it's real. And if you're the guy lying there spiraling, breathe, man. You don't need to fix it or flee. You just met another layer of yourself. Sit with it. Laugh at it if you have to. Maybe text your therapist instead of booking that monk trip. Growth doesn't always look sexy, but it's the best aftercare there is. Because yeah, bodies connect, but it's the souls that start the real conversation after. And if Jung were here, he'd probably chuckle, light his pipe, and say, "Congratulations, kid, you just met your shadow."